Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We are very interested in what makes humans happy, what brings you the most joy and puts you in the greatest amount of alignment that is possible. We witness you in many different scenarios, and we notice the ones that you thought would make you happy and compare those to the ones that actually do make you happy. What we have noticed is that happiness comes spontaneously to those who are choosing to look for that which is intrinsically joyous in their experience. In other words, if you turn your head slightly, you could be looking at a pile of garbage, but if you turn your head slightly in the other direction because you are seeking something to observe that will put a smile on your face, you could notice that there's a field of flowers, just 45 degrees from that pile of garbage. So the choice is yours, as always, and it doesn't always have to be some monumental event that will put you in a perpetual state of joy, or at least will give you some joy leading up to it, during it, and when you are remembering it. Happiness can be a choice because your ability to focus is one that you either employ or do not employ, depending on your awareness. When you are truly being conscious in the moment, you recognize that there is a choice. You can think about all the things that you have to do or all of the life situations that have you worried when you focus upon them, or you can tilt your head slightly and look at a cloud and notice how beautiful and majestic it is. You have animals on your planet, and certain ones naturally put you in a joyous state. Even as we speak through the channel here, he can pick up on the sounds of the birds singing outside of his home. There is so much to get happy about, and there is so much that you could focus on that would put you into a downward spiral that would then be hard to get out of, and that's why it is so important to be present and aware of what you are focusing on in the present. You do want to enjoy this journey, and you also want to spread joy wherever you go because that is the best way to ensure that others are also enjoying the journey. If you put a little skip in your step as you walk down the street, someone is going to see that and smile. It is easier to connect to what brings you happiness when you set aside time in your day that you devote to those things that put you in a state of joy, but it is also possible to find the joy in your daily commute to and from work. It is also possible to find joy in the chores that you do and in the errands that you run. It is possible to appreciate the fact that you exist, that your heart is beating, and that you can breathe in air. And when you are that conscious in the moment of the joy of beingness, then that which is joyous becomes more apparent to you. Talk about the things that bring you joy, focus on them. Think about them, and move towards them and notice how the universe can always bring you more, and you will raise your vibration, which is something we often talk about in these transmissions. In raising your vibration, you raise the level of consciousness, and you help all of humanity. So you see, acts of service do not have to be things you force yourself to do out of a sense of obligation to be something to your fellow humans that they need you to be. You can just be yourself and be happy and help everyone along the way of their journey to the fifth dimension. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Channel, Daniel Scranton, blessings. We are Thymus. We are the collective of Ascended Masters. We are very happy to connect with all of you again, as we always are. It is a pleasure for us to feel the expanding consciousness of the human collective consciousness of which we were once a part. We don't consider ourselves to be separate from you, but you have your own collective consciousness there in your dimension. We want you to know that it is perfect for you to be there. You being there is not a mistake, it is not a punishment, and it is not because you haven't gotten something right yet. You want to have incarnations in a variety of different places simultaneously, and you, as your soul, does. Forget about the idea that you are supposed to be climbing a ladder of some sort, because you are not. You are there having experiences, which cause the expansion of the whole of who you are and the whole of who we all are. You did have to forget who you once were in order to have those unique experiences, and so, even the forgetting is not a mistake, and it's not a punishment. It's certainly not an accident. You do everything quite intentionally in every life experience. Now, as you move through this life experience that you are having right now, the more you do intentionally the better. Even breathing can be done intentionally. Certainly, acting is done with a bit more intention than thinking generally is. Speaking is something that it also serves you to do very intentionally, because your words have power. Your tone has power. You want to understand your power, so that in doing everything, thinking everything, and saying everything with intention, you show yourself how powerful you are. Now, you can use your power to help or you can use your power to hurt, and you can use your power to do everything in between. It is entirely up to you. Each of those experiences gives you something new as a soul. That is why not everyone is on the same path, and not everyone has the same desires, and that is as it should be. If everyone remains true to themselves and is themselves, then Source is happy because Source is getting the variety of experiences that Source wants. Therefore, Source does not expect us all to be doing the same thing, having the same intentions or the same desires. Source knows that we are all growing no matter where we are and no matter what we are doing. Now, as you live your life with more intention, you will notice that sometimes your intentions come to fruition and sometimes they do not. When they do not, it then becomes your choice as to whether you blame yourself or someone else, or you can choose to understand that there must be something better for you than what your original intention was. And when you do that, you start to benefit from everything that happens and doesn't happen. So live your lives with great intention and with the realization that everything is perfect as it is right now, and it will continue to change and evolve because it must. We are all changing, evolving, ascending, because we all must, and that is the beauty of experience. It continues to become something new, and there is always something new to experience, and as long as you are not resisting the change, you are going with the flow and benefiting from everything that is happening right now and everything that ever will happen. Very good. That is all for now. We are Thymus. We are the collective of ascended masters, and we are always amongst you. Channel, Daniel Scranton. We are in the midst of huge changes of energy and vibrational energy fields as the higher dimensional frequency bands are being anchored in and cosmic portals open. It opens up a new vulnerability in many souls as the old patterns are busy breaking up and have been dissolved in so many cases, as they are being cleared up to the first primordial creation on Earth, and in this solar system, in galactic and intergalactic and universal levels. The latter are coming up more and more in my soul readings, as so many souls on Earth are very old and ancient souls, and we're involved in those as well. These include those from Lyra, Orion, Sirius, Pleiades, Arcturus, Cygnus, Bear constellation, Andromeda, etc., and so many others in our solar system and counter systems as well. This is a very deep cleansing and clearing and into the core of the soul, as this universe is ascending as well on the earth. The vulnerability is a sacred one, for it opens the heart center even more and cuts to the very core of the soul. I have noticed immensely powerful shifts within myself, and we will need more quietude and rest, and a constant clearing of our energy fields, as well as always anchoring ourselves in the sacred heart, and the highest consciousness we can access. We are never left alone. Even the highest universal masters are now here to assist us through this process and are 12th dimensional and even higher. I have in energy work last Saturday accessed universal levels I could not access before, and that is how deep and profound this ascension in truth is. Very deep. Way beyond what we even are consciously aware of. It is a beautiful and profound ascension lift such as we have never experienced before. By Judith Kusel.